Top Gun, so starstruck right now. Pilots, flight engineers, and SAR techs, and look at that marvel of engineering. $35 million apiece, 5 of them in Comox, ready for takeoff. And extreme equipment for safety. Heavy duty. Wow, look at that mountain range. Just breathtaking. And the pilots preparing us for landing on the beautiful Savory Island. A little dusty. Off they go. And here they come.
My bad.
Go Island is on location, and these are the SAR techs doing a jump right into the middle of Savory Island. This is all part of their training, and this is amazing, and this is Go Island. Wow! I'm Mary Ruth Harris. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. I have to say this is the most exciting location shoot we have ever done. Behind me are the SAR techs for Squadron 442, and this is all part of their training. The Buffalo aircraft is what they jumped out of, and very soon you're going to see the Cormorant helicopter land just beyond there in the clearing and pick all of us up. Unbelievable. The amount of talent and skill and training that all of these individuals have to work on any capacity of these aircraft is just extraordinary. And I'm telling you, if I was out in the wilderness or out in the ocean stranded, I would actually feel okay because I know that these guys would be coming to get me. So right now we're going to have a look at this story from right here in the Comox Valley, but we will be back with more. Stay right where you are. Go Island is on location today at CFB Comox, and we are here in the hangar with the Cormorants. And Mike is joining me. Mike, explain to us what you do.
Okay, so my role is an avionics technician. Essentially what that means is I work on all the radar systems, the communication systems, navigation systems that the Cormorant uses to do its role.
Okay.
So I also do, a flight line role. So we'll tow aircraft and bring them back in, fuel them, and that sort of thing as well.
Now, what's the difference between the service role and maintenance role? Like, how are those different?
Yeah. So the servicing role is what we like to say putting rubber on the ramp. It's making the aircraft available for SAR missions, search and rescue missions. Okay. The maintenance side is an overhaul component of our operation. So every 300 to 600 hours, we'll bring an aircraft into maintenance, we'll disassemble it, and we'll do critical long-term maintenance to the aircraft.
Okay. Now, but you're not involved in the maintenance side, you're involved in the servicing.
That's right.
Okay.
I could be assigned to the maintenance side.
Okay.
Currently I'm on the servicing side, which I find is pretty rewarding.
What's the favorite part of your job?
I would say when we actually see a search and rescue mission occur and successfully we find someone who's missing, a boat that was missing, or bring someone back to the hospital, medevac operation, we actually see that come to fruition, if you will. That's probably the most rewarding part of our job.
Now, for anybody considering this line of work, I understand you recently had some North Island College students in. What would you say to them about considering a job in this field?
Yeah, it's a very technical field. We have 3 trades essentially that work on the aircraft. My trade, the avionics trade, the aviation trade, which would be hydraulics, engine, and then the ACS, which the North Island College students were in a program. So that's structures, metalwork, and that sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
They're all rewarding trades depending on a person's aptitudes, and this is just one of many companies that hires people to do those sorts of roles in Canada and Africa, Europe. So it's yeah, lots of opportunities.
Well, Mike, thank you so much. This has been really informative for us today. Really appreciate your time very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We're going to have a look at this story from John MacKenzie over in Powell River, but we'll be right back. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. We are here inside the Cormorant on the tarmac at CFB Comox. Joining me now is Dan Verrett, who's one of the SARTechs, which stands for?
Search and Rescue Technician.
All right. What does that mean?
Okay, well, a search and rescue technician is a Canadian Armed Forces, Air Force paramedic, if you will. We basically take over where your local and municipal emergency services end. So when people get hurt out in the wilderness, be it hunters, hikers, mountain climbers, airmen in their aircraft, anybody, any way you can sort of get in trouble after the road ends, it's our job to go out there and assist however we can.
Okay, now what is all of this equipment?
Well, primarily we are paramedics, so everything we do is based around medical care and medical aid. How we get there is the helicopter. How we get down to people, there's various different ways. We can use the hoist, we can use a line to get down. We can bring people up either by the basket that you see at the back or by the collar that you see hanging from the wall there. And then, of course, where people are in trouble will determine what kind of equipment we take down with us. So whether that is a mountain rescue or just a bush rescue, or if it was a hunter, really we have to be pretty much ready for just about everything.
What's been the most harrowing rescue that you've had to participate in?
Okay, well, when I was stationed on the East Coast in Greenwood, Nova Scotia, I did a parachute jump 900 miles out into the ocean for a sick 15-year-old with appendicitis who was on a sailboat making a transatlantic crossing. And so we did the parachute jump at night, and then it took us 5 days to get back to land between container ships and U.S. warships, and finally ended up back in Philadelphia is where we made it back to shore. So pretty interesting. You get up in the morning, you go to work, you never know what's going to happen.
Now, based here at CFB Comox, what's your range of that you cover? Like how many miles out, how many miles north?
Sure, so we cover pretty much all of British Columbia, up into Whitehorse area, from the ocean all the way to the Rocky Mountains. And depending on if we're covering for other regions, we could end up in Red Deer, Calgary area, or we could end up to 300 miles out to sea.
Wow, that is amazing. Now, what's the most difficult thing for you to deal with in the middle of a rescue?
I think because we work in just a team of two, a team leader and a team member, oftentimes you have to deal with equipment management, time management, asset management. You're trying to care for a patient. You're dealing with a helicopter that has only a certain amount of fuel to stay on scene. You're dealing with the elements. You could be on the side of a mountain, 45 degrees, or you could be on, standing on a boat that's tossing out at sea. So really, it's putting the whole picture together, and that's really what they focus on in our training, is not only to be able to do medical or to do mountain climbing or to do scuba diving, but to be able to wrap it all together at any given moment, and to be able to keep your composure and primarily look after a patient.
And Mother Nature, does she always play nice, or does she get nasty?
She never plays nice.
All right, well, Dan, thank you so much for your time today. I think I know I understand what a technician is better. And having you explain it, that you are the paramedic that takes over at the end of the road, that really helps to paint a picture for that. So thank you for your service and for what you do. This is extraordinary. And we're going to take a short break, but stay right where we are. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. We are just back from doing Savory Island, and it was amazing. So you had the SARTechs, they jumped out of the Buffalo, and then you guys in the Cormorant came along and picked everybody up. What sort of advantage is there for you doing that type of training?
Well, it's something that operationally we would do on a regular basis. We train a lot with the Buffalo. We're a joint unit. We have the fixed wing SAR and the rotary SAR here. So it's something that operationally could come up in a near future. So we need to be all on speed and on spec to the kind of pickup we're going to be doing and the insertion and the extraction that we would be providing in the case of a search and rescue operation.
And from a pilot's point of view, what were some of the challenges for you with that particular pickup? Extraction, I guess.
So today the main challenge for us was it was a confined area, and it was very, very dusty, and it was hot. So in terms of pilot skills and knowledge, I'm thinking of my engine performance. It was very hot. We were heavy right off the morning. So I needed to deal with a bit of a poor performance coming into a confined area in a very big dust ball. So everything needed to be smooth and coordinated to come and land with a bit of marginal power on the engines.
Now, how important is it for the SAR techs and the flight engineers to participate in the landing of that extraction?
Well, as you've noticed today, it's all about teamwork. Our job is only teamwork, and it's not a one-man show. We're a crew of 5 in the helicopter, and there are a crew of 6 in the Buffalo aircraft, okay. And everything is done as a team. So for instance, today when we came and landed, while the 2 pilots have good visuals up front, but in the back, I don't know what's going on in the back. I don't see my obstacles. So the flight engineer on the right, the SAR techs on the left are actually calling obstacles, calling distances from obstacles and from the ground, which give a good situational awareness to the pilots who are actually going to be landing in a confined and tight spot.
Okay, all right. Now, in your whole career, what has maybe been one of the most challenging missions that you've been on?
There have been a few interesting missions for sure. One that pops to mind right away was a high altitude rescue that was done 2 summers ago near Mount Waddington. So it was an out of ground effect hover rescue. We hoisted SAR techs onto a cliff at 9,300 feet. So there was a lot of challenges involved in there. First, it was nighttime, so everyone was on night vision goggles. We were dealing with a bit of wind off of the cliffs, and we were so high that the performance from the engines and the blade performance were very, very marginal, to the point that we had to take all of our gear off, leave it in a riverbed, and dump some fuel to be as light as possible to be able to manage the mission.
Wow.
There's no morning when I get up and I'm not looking forward to coming to work personally. I really like what I do. Like I mentioned earlier, it's a lot about teamwork, and we're all very good friends. It's a big family here, and there's a lot going on, and it's very varied. Like you see today, we went on a training mission, but any second we could have been called out from the rescue center on an actual operation, right. And we could have been gone for a few hours or a few days depending on what the nature of the mission would have been.
Wow. Well, congratulations on being so good at your job. We are here to attest to that.
Thank you very much.
And what a great honor for us to be along with you today. So thank you so much. Just fantastic.
You're
really
welcome.
Looking forward to what's coming up after dinner.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much.
All right, we're going to take a short break and we'll be back shortly. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. You've been watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. We have been in the air with the Cormorant crew, and it has been unbelievable.